there are more people interested in this other league, and the gap is like seriously closing.
To the U.S. women's soccer. They did play that game against China on Saturday and beat the brakes off of China. That was a 3-0 victory. It was not as close as one would indicate. One would think. Shots were 18 for the Americans, only 4 shots for China. 7 were on target, obviously. Possession was 71% to 29% in USA's favor. They had almost more than double, probably about 2.5 times as many passes. Pass accuracy was way higher too. China had 10 fouls, 3 yellow cards. USA only had 5 fouls. USA was so aggressive, they actually got called offside 7 times. They kept getting the possession, and every time when you're attacking, sometimes you're offsides, right? It happens. 7 times versus none for China. China could not get anything going the entire game. Um, Cat Macario scored in the 28th minute. Basically, there was a cross into the box. There was kind of a block. The ball was a little bit loose. The goalie tries to dive on it. It kind of squirts free, and Cat Macario comes in and just uh, puts it away from about 2 yards out. Sam Coffey had a banger in the 35th minute, and then Lindsey Heaps with a massive header. Ball was crossed from a corner. Uh, Heaps set the goalkeeper starts like shifting over towards Lindsey Heaps, who was kind of on the edge of the goal of the 6 yard box, and she just kind of like heads it down back from where the goalkeeper was. So the goalkeeper had to like try to dive back to the other way, couldn't make it happen. It was pretty sick. Lindsay's done that a lot. And one more note from the game: Lola Bonta made her first ever cap for the U.S. Women's National Team. She's the oldest player ever to make to make her first appearance at 32 years old. 2 months and 13 days is what the stat says.
Nice.
Valentola Joyce was the goalkeeper. That's her second ever game for U.S. Women's National Team. Second ever clean sheet. So she's kind of the early front runner to take over the Alyssa Nair spot. Um, Yes, Lindsay Heaps was subbed off in that game later on, and Naomi Girma got the armband. She's sort of the vice captain now officially. So we got that to look forward to, seeing more of. Whenever Lindsay Heaps isn't on the field, it'll be Naomi Girma wearing the armband. The Secretary of Defense is what they're calling her. So love that. I love a good nickname. I love a good soccer nickname. Yeah, so US women's national team has now played China 61 times, second only to Canada for the most against any single opponent. And they're 39 wins, 9 losses and 13 draws all time. So pretty dominant over China and play them often. So that is your update for US women's national team. They do have another game coming up on tomorrow at 5 p.m. Against Jamaica. That'll be in St. Louis, and that's also the Becky Sauerbrunn. Um, Congratulations on your retirement game as well. So Becky's going to be down there for broadcasting stuff. She's broadcasting with TNT, so she's going to be there anyway. So they're doing the whole thing. Probably have some really cool stuff to see there. So that being said, just one more thing for Bay FC. They are coming up. They'll be playing again on Saturday at home at 4:30 p.m. against the Portland Thorns. So
Nice.
I got something for you guys about NWSL and NSL. I've
okay.
been seeing some videos about MLS, and basically nobody is watching it because it's on
hmm
a Apple TV that nobody's streaming live sports on.
Yep.
And once Lionel Messi is done, no one is showing
Gonna be
up to
cooked.
games
Yeah.
at all. So like Messi comes in, you get a spike, and it's literally the next game. There's no one there. Um,
I will say, I mean, to not defending it, but it does suck that it's not on a premier channel you could watch. But
Mhm.
that being said, I have caught a game on Apple TV or whatever you want to call it. It's done really well as far as like the
Oh, yeah,
visuals. It's
the
top notch.
quality the
It's
quality is good,
amazing,
but
but
nobody's
nobody's
watching
gonna
it.
watch it.
Nobody's
nobody's watching
watching
it.
it
I
right
mean,
now.
Yeah.
Apple Plus, uh, they don't
It's
have
it's an
they don't have the subscribers,
it's an
and
extra it's also like an extra 70 or $80 on top of your Apple TV
right,
Plus
like you
subscription as
just the
well.
numbers are not in your favor to watch it. The
Yeah.
other thing is like for 10 years we've been hearing about MLS was getting better, people are watching it, and then they took the money from Apple, and now nobody is really watching it on television. No
Yeah.
one's going to the games. And what I've been watching is the market for MLS. The people who would have paid to watch MLS are now just going to NSL and NWSL. So in this like 2 years, 3 years, and NSL is like skyrocketing. Like there are more people interested in this other league, and the gap is like seriously closing. The games are more accessible, the tickets are more affordable, and then the
This is the
overall
league that the Oakland
experience.
Roots are in, right? That you're talking
What's that?
about, the USL? The USL?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. The league that the Oakland Roots are in.
Yeah, yeah. So
Sacramento
there's more
Republic, for
people
those of you
going
that
to
are
those
California.
leagues, there's more people going to those leagues, which I find that all very interesting is that, um, MLS had they had the market. There was the only market, and then now you just squandered it away. So I find that all very interesting. And with Tim, I'm sorry, Vince with Bay FC, they're getting their new practice facilities
That's right.
over on
Treasure
Treasure
Island, yeah.
Island. The Roots and the Soul are trying to work out a deal to either build at Howard Terminal or at the current Coliseum site. So these aren't even MLS and their stadium deals and practice facilities getting done. And that's not just in the Bay Area. I'm reading and watching videos of other teams that have investors that wanna work with this league and not MLS. I just find that like
Well,
so
I think
ironic that they just gave away the market. They
yeah. So
they
so
squandered it.
Don Garber, he's like any other commissioner, man. He works for the owners and he works for the board that pays him, right? He did what everybody else would in his spot. If you were this big shot CEO commissioner guy, he took the money, man. He's like, "Yeah, we're all gonna make
It
money." Everyone made money from Apple. But the
it's
problem is,
weird
yeah,
because, that wasn't always the job of the commissioner. The commissioner's job was supposed to be the
yep,
caretaker of the sport,
yep,
not but somehow along the way, the word caretaker came to mean, um, get the most money possible no matter what,
mhm.
instead of doing what's actually good for the game. And sure, Apple, paid a shit ton of money. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That was insane how much money they paid to have MLS exclusive rights, basically, except for a sprinkling of a game here and there, like one every couple of weeks on Fox or
I mean,
ESPN.
Apple did. They paid well over what they should have paid, and they took the money, which that's a point to be made. But the counterpoint to that would have been, 1, Apple does not have the subscribers to funnel you on top of paying the extra soccer fee, the MLS pass, whatever they call it. You don't have the numbers. You just do not have the numbers on that platform. The second thing is knowing that you don't have the numbers means less people are going to be watching your sport, which means less opportunity to advertise and get them into the stadium, which means you're going to have less people at the stadium consuming your sport. Like, not one thing indicated to MLS that this would be good for the sport other than the check. And they
Yeah. The
used
the the correct way to
0 of those dollars to make the league better, to bring in
Yeah.
superstars. They haven't done anything with the money. You
Well, the correct
know?
thing to have done if I was Apple, it would have been I'm going to take majority of the stakes of the money from people coming to watch the game and put it on like Sports Center as an example, saying powered by Apple. Like the games are shown in Apple's cameras. Apple gets a lot of money from people coming to Sports Center to watch the game. That should have been the way to do it. Yeah, I don't know. It was a swing and a miss by Apple.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
they
think
only
it was a
got
swing and miss by Don Garber because they all
they,
made money.
they only got
Yeah, they
7
made
more
money.
years of it,
You just
or
you
whatever
just
it is.
cost yourself like,
Yep.
I don't know, 20% of the soccer, pro, I'll say pro sport. I know the league is not on the same level, but you just surrendered like 20% of your market overnight.
Yeah.
And the USL saw this opportunity too. That's why they're
And they
creating
took
like
it.
they're trying to create a tier 1 league, and they're also like going to create a tier 3 league and trying to build a a promotion relegation pyramid as
I
well.
think it's a great
That's
idea. We talked
and
about it a
this
little
is
bit a couple months ago. I think it's a
yeah,
wonderful idea.
Yep.
and this is them seizing on that opportunity because there's a vacuum. I mean, because my cell phone company gave me MLS TV on Apple for free, and so that's the only reason why I have it at all. But you know what? I still haven't tuned in at all. I mean, I have it. I got it just in case I did want to
It's
watch it.
free.
But like, I got it for free, and I'm not watching it. So I mean,
Well,
you're
in your
really
defense,
looking
in
only
your
for the stupid.
defense, I
Yeah,
mean, outside of maybe watching Messi occasionally, you ain't gonna watch,
You're not
an
watching the
I
Earthquakes
was.
game,
Earthquakes.
I mean, I don't want to watch Earthquakes games because of who the owner is.
right?
Right.
That's really what it is. If it was a different owner, I'd be a little bit more locked in on it. I would. I fully admit that. For those of you who don't know, the owner of the San Jose Earthquakes is the same dickhead that owns the Athletics, who currently play in West Sacramento, who are trying to play in Las Vegas in a few years, but has just lost $1 billion in his family valuation because stocks dropped because of tariffs. And that happened yesterday, I think. So good luck with that.